Hi, I'm Michelle with Be Well Western Carolina, and today we're going to talk about pH balancing. pH is a very critical element in our body, and we typically have no one telling us about it. Has your doctor ever talked to you about pH? I know mine hasn't. When you have blood drawn, typically they check your pH, and the range for pH in blood is 7.365. Probably we've never heard about pH except for maybe balancing in our pool, so let's just talk about pH in general to start out with. And I have this little chart that can help demonstrate it. When we look at the chart, pH ranges from 0 to 14. 0 being acid, which is your battery acid. 14 being alkaline, which is drain cleaner. 7 being neutral. Neutral is the place that is pretty close to where we want to be. So when we talk about blood, 7.365, the body does what it needs to do in order to maintain that balance, in order for our body to function fully. The challenge that we have, though, is that when it does get out of balance, how often do we have that checked? How would we know? I don't know about you, but I'm not really interested in having somebody take my blood every day in order to check my pH. So there's a very quick and easy, economical way to do this. Checking the urine and the saliva pH. And that needs to be between 6.2 and 6.6. So how do you check your saliva? It's really easy. You get some pH paper. The key with the pH paper is you want it gradiated into segments of 0.2. So 5.8, 6.0, 6.2, 6.4. We'll talk a little bit more about the paper at the end of the segment here, and that way you'll be able to find out more information on how you can get it or any questions you have with it. Let's go back to the chart here, and when we look at the pH, right here where the star is your blood at 7.365. Urine, we have again this very small window. So it's going to be between here and here, very tight window. Other areas on the chart here, 3.5, which is quite acidic, the body can't sustain life. For those of you that enjoy a soda regularly, soda's a 3.0, quite acidic. It will bring your pH down dramatically. Why is that important? 5.8 is where cancer cells start to grow. So if you're below 5.8, the ability for your body to produce abnormal cell growth is significantly higher. 6.8 on the other side of the spectrum is where degenerative symptoms appear. I don't know about you, but I don't want to have any symptoms of any degenerative diseases. I don't want to have degenerative diseases. So the key is to maintain your pH between 6.2 and 6.6. I'm sure you're wondering, okay, so why is that important? So I have a pH of 6.2 to 6.6. We're going to take a look here at this chart, and this chart talks about the perfect pH. As a kid, we had glasses or cups. The orange one would fit inside the red one, inside the orange one, inside of the yellow one. Well, we're going to look at this chart similar to that, in that this little cup here fits right in this cup that fits in the next cup and the next cup. The line itself is the outside of the cup. So if you were to put a straw in the cup, if your pH was the line, you wouldn't be getting any nutrients in there because that's the exterior of the cup. So if we take a look, and we'll just use the example here of 5.8, 5.8 happens to be this particular line right here. So that would mean that if we put a straw down into the cups, it would be outside of the 5.8 line. That means that the nutrients in this cup here and the nutrients in the bottom cup here would be what our body could absorb and utilize. These are hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, sodium, magnesium, silica, and phosphorus. All really important nutrients that our body needs to work properly and function correctly. But we're missing the rest of these. Are any of those important to us? Well, do we need vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin E, F, K? Do we need calcium? How about zinc or copper, iron or iodine? Most of us know that the top mineral for our thyroid is iodine. If we can't get iodine in our system, which happens to be right here in this small window, 6.2 to 6.6, very important. These are the reasons why we need to have our pH balanced correctly. By balancing your pH correctly, this allows your body to come back into a healing place. We don't have issues with degenerative challenges. We don't have issues with cancer and abnormal cell growth challenges. Our body can then function correctly, we get all the nutrients we need, and our body comes back into health. So, if you're watching this, you're probably thinking, I've spent a lot of time and money investing in supplements and vitamins to bring my body into health. Am I really utilizing those nutrients that I'm putting in my system, or are they just going down the drain? What I'd like to do is share with you a quick and easy way that you can check your pH, and I can provide you all of the information and resources that you need in order to do that, so that you can make sure that you are in fact absorbing the nutrients that you have already purchased. The first thing you'll need to do is pick up some pH paper. And pH paper you would think would be an easy thing to find anywhere all across the United States. And it is if you're getting pH for like a pool or something that has gradations of a 0.5 point. pH paper that you need for this, as we talked about earlier, needs to be in a gradient of 0.2. So it needs to be 5.8, 6, 6.2, and so forth. If you get your paper with us, I will also provide with you information on easy instructions on how to check your pH and the importance of checking both urine and saliva and how to actually collect the specimens. I will also provide you with the Nutritional pH chart that shows you the uptake of the different nutrients, so that as you're working through your healing of getting your nutrients in your system, you'll be able to see, based on your pH, how well you're doing and what nutrients your body is actually absorbing. And then lastly, I will make sure, well, not lastly, there's one more thing after this. Lastly, I will show you the pH chart that we talked about, so you have a better understanding of how pH works and different food items that create different types of environment, acidic and alkaline. And then lastly, I will provide for you a little card that talks about if your pH is alkaline, meaning above 6.6, these are probably some of the symptoms that you're experiencing, and these are the types of foods that will help bring you back into balance. If your body is more acidic, then this shows the different symptoms that you may have, like digestion too fast, elimination too fast, joint issues, and then how to bring your body back into balance utilizing the foods. And of course, with this, I'm available to answer any questions for you. All you need to do is call Be Well Western Carolina, 828-734-7702. Good luck. I look forward to working with you to bring you into optimal health.